business arrangement. I'm gonna dive in front of bullets, and you keep my balls empty and my stomach full.
I had baby ask me one day. She
Oh, that
said,
was funny as hell.
Come on.
Everybody wanna know, Mr. O, where you been? What you got going on? I'm just living. I'm just trying to get rich, nigga. I'm just trying to get rich, nigga. I'm just trying to get rich, nigga.
"Is it a relationship or a business arrangement?"
Let's talk about it.
So what's stemmed this topic for you? Where's your head at on this subject?
Are you gonna with me? Automatically, if it's anything, I go if it's anything with me, relationships or business arrangements, I always talk about this thing called a deal, getting what you want out of who you with, and
So
that's
it's
what
one
it's
and the
about for
same.
me. For me, it ain't no relationship if it ain't no deal on the table.
Yeah.
Shout out to the sponsor.
Spear Tech.
We teach you how to think, not what to think. You
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
But back to the topic: is it a relationship or a business arrangement? For me, it's definitely a business arrangement. I want something and you want something, and we can call that arrangement a relationship or whatever you want to call it. But it got to make sense on both sides for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Funk? What's
What's
up?
going on?
I know you personally feel passionate about this subject at hand.
What's up, O?
What's going on? How you? How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Yeah. What you know, when I text you the subject, what made me think about it is that I've heard women, and you may have heard this also, where you take a woman out, you wine and dine her, you're pursuing her and you're dating her and you're doing certain things, and then we as men folks, we're like, okay, we don't want to make that move too soon, but eventually we want to make that move. And we make that move to take it to the next level, beyond just a kissing and hugging, and we go for a little bit of sex or whatever. And then the woman looks at you and go, do you think just because we had dinner and you've been spending money that means I have to have sex with you?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you turn to her and say, okay, so do you think that in order for me to let me reverse it on you. So in order for me to have sex with you, I need to do all these things plus, or what is it that you want me to do? Because now what you sound like, you don't sound like you want a relationship. You sound like you want a business arrangement.
A financier.
Right. That's what it sounds like to me, because you're laying out all these things that you want to see me do. And I'm like, okay, I understand there may be a fine line, but it's like, if you want me to do all these things and then I'm just doing them and I'm just your dinner daddy, to take you to the nice restaurants,
Oops.
then that's not a relationship. Then I'm just a simp. I'm just Andy Gump, the goddamn chump.
Right.
So
Andy Gump, the goddamn chump. I like that. That is
so you know
true.
what I'm saying. So it's been that way for a very, very long time, where we as men folk will wine and dine, buy flowers, do all the niceties and those type of things. Somebody cried about dinner daddy. And dinner,
Everybody on that one.
Everybody
You,
on
you,
it.
you done coined a new phrase.
okay, dinner daddy.
You got them looking for dinner daddies now.
Shout out to the dinner daddies across the world, man.
Yeah.
Man.
And so what I would like to ask the women folk is, at what point, I'm not, at what point, do we say, okay, wait a minute, what does it say? She shouldn't entertain you at all if she has no intention of having sex.
That's what I was
Okay?
saying.
And
Right.
and the thing is that This is 2021. And let's stop acting like or behaving in a manner when there's the physical attraction, then
Right.
we have a conversation, and then we decide to go out, and then we decide to go out again, and then we know whether we like each other. So we both know eventually we want to have sex, we want to smash. So we know eventually it's going to lead to that. So let's get out of this high school thing and say, hey, okay, look, I'm not saying today, tomorrow, whatever, but this is what I'm leading to. And if you haven't, that's a conversation we should be able to have. So I ain't got to sit there and be no dinner daddy
Right.
taking you out to eat, and continue. Because if that's the case, then what we need to do is we need to set up a business arrangement.
Well, something I heard Kevin Samuel say on the subject is that you're supposed to vet the woman that you're in pursuit of well enough to know that she wants more than just a dinner daddy. And it's funny to me because I've always pursued multiple women at a time, so maybe that's an obstacle for me personally, but there's no real way to read the room or look at the subject and say, oh, she just wants to go out and have fun. She's not interested in anything serious with me. Like, I'm a very sexual person. I'm very outgoing in that way. So I don't mind kicking it. I don't mind having fun. I don't mind shooting the shit. But there there is no me entertaining you if there isn't some type of interest in there sexually. So when we're making plans and we're going out and we're having fun, if there's a boundary for you to where you want to keep this wall up, hell, let's go Dutch on some of these dates. Let's
Exactly.
keep it all the way real. Let's keep it a buck.
See,
Why
here's
do I have to
the
finance
thing that
anything if you're actually interested in just having fun and kicking it?
Yeah.
And if you're telling me that your time costs, well, baby, just put a price tag on it so I can pay you outright. All of these surcharges is adding up, and I don't like it.
See, the
Yeah.
up level professional in here, and they had a similar conversation yesterday. I'm gonna save some of it for our interview that we do though. But like, if a guy asks you to roof Chris, he is intended to have sex with you because he's spending his hard-earned money, a lot of dollars, to take you to roof Chris. If you do not find him sexually attractive, we don't care about the conversation. You're not going to get stimulating conversation. He wants to have a great conversation and end the night with sex or possibly the next day. He wants sex. There is no might, maybe, no, no. He wants sex if he wants to go to Ruth Chris. If you're not interested in him physically like that, or you're not sure, say, I don't want to go to dinner, but how about I meet you for a cup of coffee? You
Right.
could you can minimize the risk. If I'm gonna spend $200-300 plus or more on you, I'm expecting to get sex at some point because men want sex, and we're done apologizing for that. I'm not gonna
That's a good
apologize
point,
for
bro.
being attracted to you and want to have sex with you. That's
That's a
why
good
I
point.
want to spend this money, because eventually I want to chase you and I want to have sex with you. I don't want to I don't care about your conversation is only going to intensify what I already like.
Right. The guys that I feel for are the ones who are dating with the intent to settle down and get married, or want a long-term relationship. I swear y'all give good.
That's funny.
if if you are someone pursuing a long-term relationship and or even marriage, it's messed up to feel like you have to go out here and spend half of your weekly's wage on a date just for a girl to figure out if she want to text you back or call you back. That is a raw deal, and I feel like the men who are having to go through that are being taken advantage of in the worst way possible. Me, I'm not hard up for no sex. I've never had a hard time getting it. So if I go out with you and I see that it's not going that way, cool. You know what I'm saying? And I make a few chips, I make a few coins, so I'm not so stressed out about the bread like that. But I have went on a date before and seen that they ain't have no intentions after that. Said that was a poor investment. Shall
Waste of
not be
time.
making that investment again.
You know what, nephew? When I read that thing about Kevin Samuelson, you need to vet the woman first. But see,
Yeah.
the thing is, the one I agree with him that you need to vet her. But see, you're vetting the woman when you say, "Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's watch Netflix and chill." That's the vetting process.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's part of the vetting process for me. I like this. She said, "How soon into the deal is sex happening?" The
Yeah,
thing
that's the
is,
thing. See, like,
you can't put a time on it because it depends on what the attraction is like.
hey, you
It-
gotta want
it-
it too. Like, if you
yeah,
accept a date, you're accepting the fact that I find you sexually
right.
attractive as well. So both of us want it. Now, I'm a man, I like the chase. I don't mind if that first day we have all this stimulating conversation and you make me want you, and then you go your separate way. And then the next day, or like somewhere it's coming. However, how long the chase takes. But I'm not sitting up here saying like I'll accept the date. I don't know if I like him or not. I'm gonna let him spend 300, and then after the date, I'm going home. I don't really like you like that. Then why'd you come? Because you wanted a meal? And women don't think that we know about what they be doing. I know a lot of girls, and I've always been the other guy. So I know that y'all search through y'all DMs to buy some heels on the weekend. You save on dinner for the week. You go through your DMs and you get guys to take you out to dinner
Dinner
Tuesday,
daddies.
Wednesday, third. I'm gonna get him to pay for dinner. And if a guy offers to pay for your dinner off the rip and you accept, you're gonna always see him like that. And knowing you don't want to have sex with him, you just gonna save him in your phone as dinner. You're gonna
And
save
you
him
know what,
as Ruth Chris. That's what you're
Tristan
gonna save him
Draper,
as.
Tristan Draper, I agree. I agree with you. I'm not in the vetting stage. I'm not pushing for sex. I'm vetting the young lady. I agree with you 100%. That's the purpose of the vetting stage. I'm vetting you to decide um, whether I'm going to take you out to Ocean Prime or Roof Chris or something like that. That's what we're doing the vetting stage for. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I can um, okay, the up level professional. What if they accept the date to get to know you better? Well, I can tell you before I invite you to go to Roof Chris, we are going to know each other quite well before I invite you to go to Ruth Chris. We're going to know each other very well because before I drop the black card, we're going to know each other very, very well. So that's not just going to be the date, you know. So it's just not going to be like that. I know that's the way I roll.
This is
Last night, I met a young lady for dinner. We've known each other a little while, and she was off today. I work well, hell, I work for me. I own my own. So anyway, so I was like, "Where you want to go dinner at?" She was like, "Well, you know, I'm off tomorrow." I said, "Okay, you want to go to Ocean Prime?" She's like, "Yeah, let's go to Ocean Prime." Now I don't know if you guys know about Ocean Prime.
yeah.
Okay, so we met at Ocean Prime. You know, I got the snapper. She got the Chilean sea bass. She got a couple.
Oh yeah, she running
She
it
got
up.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
got a couple. She drank a couple black orchids. He said, "Well, I need to."
Look at that! Look at that!
Dinner
It's trying to be.
daddy.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dinner daddy.
she said, yeah, I got to get the black orchids to get right. I was like, okay. After dinner, you know, she came to the condo, and you know, it was already understood when you know the invitation was accepted. So she, you
right.
know, it was already understood. So
It's the thing. See, like
you know, so it was no issue. You know, she's a grown woman. I'm a grown man. She knew the deal, and it was like, okay, cool.
I'm just
You
getting
know,
tired of this women thinking that a man's money is free. It ain't. I don't care if I got millions of dollars. If I spend $100 on you, it's mine.
on the
You're not
block with you
entitled to that to get to know me. You're not
on the,
entitled
on,
to my $100.
on
I got to get you a $6 cup of coffee
Yeah, on
and
the block with
to
Jen, yes,
change
I
the
see a black
conversation.
card.
Did
Yeah.
somebody say black card?
Yeah, I said black
What
card.
Shout out to that boss lady in the comment in the chat that when we went on our date, it wasn't no plan. We had fun, we had good meal, good drinks, and I ain't even have to hint to it or bring it up. She was like, I'm ready. I said, damn, like that. She said, baby, I'm a grown ass woman. I knew what I was doing before I came out here. I said, oh, let's go.
Lucky, and then when I'm saying Roof Chris ain't the top restaurant in this city, but it's $200 plus to sit down, and that's my $200. That it's not yours.
The
I
And
reason,
mean,
if I'm a
the
spending on you,
average income is
it's because we
only
want to have sex with each other at some point. I'm not giving
Lucky,
you that.
let me address Lucky Marie. We mentioned Ruth Chris because I'm in Florida, they're in Houston, and Ruth Chris is a national restaurant that you're gonna drop at least $200-300. I could have mentioned a restaurant that's unique to Tampa. They could have, Tampa area, they could have listed a restaurant that's unique to Houston. So we just did that for the sake of
it's
comparison.
my $200.
So
And to be
that's
honest,
why
if
we
you
said
go to
Ruth
Roof
Chris,
Chris and you don't spend $200, you're not having sex with that man anyway. If you don't, if
so
ain't no way you getting up out of root with y'all split aside and have a drink apiece. No,
Hell, we ain't even got to talk Roof Chris because them drinks add up. They want 12, 15, $20 a
man,
cocktail.
them steaks $100.
Shit. 4 drinks and you already upwards of
No
$100 before
sides,
you even eat anything.
and it's mine. It's my
you see
$200. It's not yours. I want sex for that.
and
At
you
some
and you
point.
and
At some
see
point, I want sex for that. It ain't
and
got to
you
be
got to,
tonight, but I want it at some point if I'm gonna spend it. It's
I
not
mean,
free.
you got to understand that in certain circumstances, like I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a good example. This happened 3 weekends ago. I know this one young lady, and I was sitting around. It was a Thursday, and I was like, man, I need to go do something different. And I called up. I said, can you meet me at the airport? She was like, why? I said, you want to go to the Bahamas for the weekend? She was like, bet. Now I knew and she knew we going to the Bahamas for the weekend, and she know what's up. So we caught a deal, flew down to the Bahamas for the weekend, and but I've known her for a while. But the thing is that it's that type of mature woman that I've known for a while that I've thoroughly vetted, and she understands, you know. So, and I guess that's what the vetting process is for. But in some situations, if you are, I think women they don't have to, they need to understand where the damn it, why y'all act like we ain't coming out our pocket to look
You
good,
you was
hair,
gonna do that regardless of our date or
makeup,
not.
And they not all coming out of pocket to do it. They got a hair guy that they call to get their hair done. They got a dude they call to get their nails done. Then they got a dude they call to go shopping. And
And
they got
that
another
they
dude they
gonna
call to
look like
dinner.
that
You're not
regardless of
coming
our
out
date.
of pocket to do that yourself. I've watched girls wake up in the bed with me and call another guy to get her hair done. I've seen it.
Go back to Lucky Marie not having sex for 200.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it ain't
So
about having sex for 200,
the
but it's
the
still
the
my money.
topic tonight is relationship or business arrangement. So we went off on a tangent talking about how much these initial dates cost.
right?
But realistically, throughout the course of a relationship, if the only way that we're going to have value is if it's hurting my pocketbook, that's an issue. There should be more coming in and out of this relationship than me having to pull teeth just to keep a smile on your face.
And and the thing is, I just saw her the $200, and the other young lady talked about I gotta do hair, I gotta do makeup, I gotta do nails, I gotta do clothes, I gotta do lingerie. That's my $300 to $500 and things of that nature. And I'm reading that, and somebody said 200 ain't even enough to get my hair done. I'm gonna I'm going to be honest with you all, is all I'm trying to do is give a man's perspective. I'm just giving you a man's point of view. That's it.
Right.
That's all I'm giving you.
And that's the truth. Shout
That
out
I
to
that's
mean,
Jen for the comment of the night.
that's
Just
all I'm
like
giving you is a
Tiffany
man's
said,
perspective. Now,
even if it was
I'm
Dave
okay.
and Buster's, it's
Yeah,
still my money. And
yeah,
if I'm
I'm okay
investing
if
my
you.
time and money in you,
I'm
at
okay
some
if you
point I
disagree
won't
with
say,
it. It's
I
like,
like Jen's last comment. She went in.
I'm
I don't
okay
see
if
that.
you disagree, if you feel like, hey, I'm not going to do this. Well, that's fine. And then I look at it like, if we are if we are getting together and we've gone through the vetting process, or we're going through the vetting process, then you should be okay with us not going to an upscale restaurant until I'm comfortable enough, if I'm the one that's paying.
Right.
So you should be okay with me not, if you say, hey, let's go, like there's a restaurant here, it's called Armani's. You say, hey, Vic, let's go to Armani's. If I'm not comfortable that we're not at that stage in our relationship, that the expectations I have do not expect what you are willing to do, then I'm gonna be like, no, no, let's not go to Armani's tonight. Let's go to Seasons.
you
Let's go to
you ain't
Seasons
on our
52.
money's level. We can
Right.
go
Let's go
get
to
this
Season
four for four.
52. And the
Let's
thing is,
let's
you
go
have
get
to
this
be,
four for four.
Go
and
for
the thing is, you have to be okay with that, because I'm just saying is that dinner is part of the whole package. But if we, that's just part of the entire package of things that we are doing together. So if we've been in this relationship, then I know I'm like, okay, you know what? We're not ready to go to Armani's, because I know what I'm going to expect if I take you to Armani's, and I know you're not ready to do that, so I'm not taking you to Armani's yet.
I
That's it.
mean, my biggest thing is character. We go out, or let's say we haven't even made it to the going out stage yet. We just in the bar chopping it up. This is a chance meeting, and we hitting it off. We laughing, kiki ha ha, and I offer to buy a shot, and I done bought two or three of them. If the next time a mention of spending some money come up and you don't at least offer to grab the next round, you ain't even got the right character for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already understood that I'm willing to invest, and I don't have a problem with investing in the fun that we're having. I want to see some character from you,
Now,
and I done made it to a point to where I can tell if we not hitting it off to the point to where we going home after this. Hey, you want to pay for the tax on this tab, or you want to do the drinks and I do the food? Like I don't have a problem with going that route with you, because it's clear that we are on two different wavelengths. And if
now,
this is just some friendly shit, well, you need to pay like my friends pay.
yeah, and you know what? And that's the thing, is that I see a lot, like April has a really good question. This is why people need to have conversations before going out on dates. I agree with you 100%. But see, the date, we're talking about one event out of a totality of people talking and things that happened prior to them going on a date. So we're not just talking. We're talking now about one event, but we're not saying that just because I invite you to dinner, then we're going to do this. We're talking about things that have happened in a totality. And now we're talking about, hey, we're going out on a date to an exclusive type of restaurant, because let's face it, we're trying to impress you
exactly.
and say that you are worth this type of restaurant, as a culmination of our relationship, that we're now at this point. We're not saying date one, take her here, go home and smash. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about it's a culmination of everything. Chivalry. Now, see, the thing is, don't confuse chivalry with being a simp. Two different things. Okay, I'm as chivalrous as it get, but I'm not going. If we've had this thing that culminates, we've done a concert. I may have cooked you a meal. We may have gone through all these different things. And then I feel like it's time for our relationship to go to a different level. And I think, she said it really good. First of all, let me tell something real quick. I ain't nobody nigga. Somebody just put that. I'm nobody's nigga. Don't ever call me a nigga. Okay. I'm a 57-year-old grown ass man on a multi-million-dollar business. I am nobody's nigga. Okay. Don't ever call me a nigga. No one's nigga. Okay. So we gonna set that straight right now. Ever call me that? I don't care if you're black, white, purple, orange. Not your nigga.
Man, the thing about this, when girls is in here commenting, so I'm gonna just pay my half and pay. We're not taking you out. We taking you out to impress you. We're taking you out not for you to pay yourself, not for you
Yeah.
to. This ain't what this is. I'm trying to impress the woman that I want. I'm gonna take her someone to impress you. But if I'm spending my money, just know I'm a simple creature. I would like some sex at some point. That's why I'm doing it. And if you don't find me sexually attractive, decline the date. Don't
Well,
spend my
I
money.
think the topic is coming off as, hey, I want to buy you some food, give me some sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not it.
I think that's the way it's being comprehended,
But that's
No.
not
and
it.
it's more realistic that too many times we've invested in these things where the other person didn't have any intention on being physical or investing in us relationship wise at all. They enjoyed their dinner. They want to go home and holler at the next dude on social media or wherever he at that they have their real interest in. Meanwhile, we're left to go out here and find somebody else to try and pursue and take on another date, invest this money again in food and dinner, and to repeat this cycle possibly for the next 100 times this year. And that's of no value to any man.
See, that's why I was saying is that we're talking about a date, but we're talking about the culmination of getting to the point for this particular date. We're talking about having been in a relationship or things of that nature. If I am going on a first date with a woman and she says, "Hey, how about Armani's?" and we just been talking a little bit here and there, I'm pretty much going to say, "No, let's not go to Armani's. Let's go to Seasons 52, which is a cool place. It's not a, you know, it's not a bad place. But as we get to know each other, and then we get to develop our relationship. But I'm not going to be that simp that's going to be like, hey, let's go out to eat. And then next Friday, hey, you want to go out to eat again? Because those are people like that. Hey, you want to go out to eat again? Hey, let's go to this concert. And it's like, wait a minute. Why, when you be with me, it's involved, it's wrapped around me going into my pocket. That's my point. And it's like, no. So I'm not saying, like Chad said, I'm not saying, hey, I spend $200, this is what I get. If I get spend $300, this is what I get. If I spend $400, this is what I get. No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a culmination of a relationship where you get to the point. And I think everybody knows, I would assume, well, I'm not going to assume, well, that what we're talking about, but we're talking about when you have said, okay, we've been together for a minute, we're doing these certain things, and then we go to this really nice exclusive restaurant and say, okay, let's, there are expectations. And somebody said earlier that, yeah, people need to talk, but, you know, that's cool.
See, I think people, especially women, they may not admit it, but a woman when she first see a guy, she knows like, man, I'd have sex with him, but it ain't till like he open his mouth that he fuck it up. Like all he gotta do is not fuck it up, and I give him some. They know this. The
Right.
date that I'm spending my money on is to intensify this desire that we both have. We already know that we like each other physically. We're going on this date to intensify this desire that we already have and actually get what we both want out of this situation. Because on that date, if somebody ran into that restaurant with a gun, you expect me to protect you. You
And you
expect
know
me
what?
to dive in front of that gun and dismantle the guy. If the car, you expect me not to crash the car and kill you. You expect me to protect you. Well, in return for my protection and my money, I would like some sex at some point.
It could
And I
be a
think we
date.
both want this. We
And you
both
know what?
want this.
It could be a date. It could be a phone bill. It could be an electric bill. It could be rent. It could be car note.
Right.
It could be any form of payment to help you out. Okay, so it don't necessarily have to be a date. It could be anything to say, okay, we're trying to we're trying to do something. I'm trying to, and I don't mind helping you out. And it just gets to the point where you're like saying, okay, you want
Now,
me to pay, you want me to give you something, and then that's when normally a guy is hit with, oh, because you do this, you expect me to do that. So it's like, so you're telling me I should just do this out of the kindness of my heart. Basically, what you're saying, I should pay your rent out of the kindness of my heart. I
right.
should pay your electric bill out of the kindness of my heart. I should pay your phone bill out of the kindness of my heart. I should pay whatever financial obligation you have out of the kindness of my
That's some
heart.
nice guy.
Right.
That's basically what you were saying. So
Mr. Do Good.
let's get away from dinner. So it should be so I out of the kindness of a man's heart, he should do these things. Now, cool. Now, if a guy wants to do that, that's fine. And I'm okay with any guy who wants to do that. I'm just not that guy. Okay.
Well, I mean, the whole deal is that these expectations get slipped in oh so subtly, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you have a new bill. And while
Yeah.
you're taking care of this new bill, you're starting to see less and less value in this situation and in this relationship. And now you're confused as to if you are even interested in and or attracted to this new bill. Nobody wants to take on a new expense just for the hell of it. Like that's not going to be attractive to anybody. So the topic tonight is relationship or
Or
business
business arrangement.
arrangement. And you can ask any well-to-do, rich, successful man, hey, would you rather court a woman for thousands of dollars
Mm-hmm.
or her put an outright price on the snatch and you pay that fee and go straight to the target? They all gonna want to pay that fee and go straight to the target. Nobody cares to court you for this ambiguous amount of time, this ambiguous number, and someday hopefully you'll find it in your heart to make it worth my time, make it worth my money.
Yeah, there. I don't know about you all, but I'm old as dirt. I have had, um, those type of relationship where friends with benefits relationship. Now I don't know, if I'm the only ones that's ever had a friends with benefit relationship, but yeah, I've had friends with benefit relationship before, and actually, to be honest with you, those were the most peaceful, less complicated relationship that I've ever had. It was. They were the most peaceful, and they
Make
were.
it legal,
I
baby,
mean,
legalize.
there was no, there weren't any expectations beyond what we had agreed to. That's it.
Oh,
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Bree?
Yeah.
Back in the gap, we was like, I'd say about 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? She would she used to use that best friend card to death. Oh, you my best friend. I love kicking it with you. I love hanging out with you.
Mm.
And I love hanging out with her too. But soon as my phone ring and I see her name, all I can see is dollar signs flying out the window. She gonna wanna smoke. That's finna cost X amount of dollars. She gonna wanna eat. That's gonna cost X amount of dollars. I gotta pick her up, drop her off. That's gas money. Only thing I'm thinking about when I'm with Bree is how much is this finna cost me? This is my friend. This my homegirl through and through. But you know what? I'm finna start ignoring your damn call from time to time because it's too expensive for the reward. The reward is smiling and laughing with you. But I was smiling and laughing for your ass call.
For free.
I was having a damn good time before you called.
I just act
Now,
like men's
you done
money is
called
free.
me, and now you done called me, and now there's a new expenditure of $200-300 finna be spent. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't
And you're
like it. I
right.
don't like it.
Our
And
money
like
is
I
not
told you,
free. It's not
and,
free. We work
and,
for
and
it. I don't care if I got millions. It's mine.
and like I told you, I took her virginity out over the course of this 15, 16 years of me knowing her. We didn't only fooled around 4 or 5 times. So it's not like you pulling your weight in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying?
That bill is in collections.
And
That bill is in collections. It's too many years and too much money to
look,
be
look,
spent.
up level said, why is Bree your friend? Look, I mean, we was into the same things, but I happened to notice that this was an expensive damn friend. And you know what? It got old real quick.
Well, you know, I've always I see the up level professional saying I've always said love is not complex. People are.
Right.
I've always said that.
Make
And
hot dogs and get a pack of chips.
if if you could, if two people could,
Smoke daddy.
Come
you
on stage, up level. Come on the stage.
if you
It's at the
if you
top.
could if you could ever two people could ever sit down and have an honest conversation about what they really feel and what they at the moment and feel about each other or about the where they're at in the relationship, that would be great. That would just be wonderful. That if people could actually do that and say, hey,
Say use a smoke daddy. That is funny. That
yeah,
is funny. The
you
weed
know.
ain't free either. It's
So
not free.
and see, the thing is, I don't have a problem with spending money. I don't have a problem with taking someone out, but there's a limit to everything. Oh, by the way, my niece is actually on the comments. Hey, Marquita. That's Chad's
Okay.
sister. That's Chad's sister, Marquita.
Right here.
Yeah, that's Chad's sister.
Oh yeah, she been in the comments. I
Yeah,
ain't
that's
know.
Chad's sister.
Good
I'm
for
actually proud of her because she ain't cursed or nothing yet, so that's really good.
her.
So, um,
Man. But they called her smoke daddy. Say Bree, you smoke daddy. You the smoke daddy.
let me
Man,
let me
they
let,
ain't lying either. She used to tear my pockets up.
And I
let
And
me
met
like
her.
let
I
me
we
met Bree
smoked
was over here
well
not too
back
long
then. I
ago.
don't even smoke no more. But hell, we would go through a 14. You already know what that's finna hit you. A
Right.
14 every day. You spending $200-300.
Come in here looking like that. She got on the painted on pants and everything, putting it in
Oh, and
place.
yeah, you seen how thick
Come
she
on, man.
was.
She
She
put it
gumbo
on.
thick.
And
She
it
gumbo
just
thick.
it blows my mind. Like we don't have sometimes we don't have no problems being a gentleman and paying for things and having a good time when you with us. But it blows my mind that you want to make me feel guilty for wanting to have sex. Like that blows my mind that we're not supposed to want that. We didn't say you got to do it right now, but how do you not understand that men want sex? Is that really a news flash?
it shouldn't be.
I'm not apologizing for wanting to sleep with you. You can decline my
Yeah,
date. That's fine. So you don't want to do it. You're not interested. Cool. But don't say yes and have me spend hundreds and thousands of dollars in getting to spend know you, and then you turn around and make me feel stupid for wanting to have sex with you. There's definitely an understanding when you meet somebody that you are attracted to them in a certain way. And if we go proceed in any type of relationship, there's something you want and there's something I want. They're not always the same. Sometimes they can be mutually exclusive, but there is a trade. There's always a trade. It isn't a one-sided deal. Give me all your shit, and I'm gonna decide if I like you or not later.
I mean, that's my biggest issue with the dating climate right now is you want me to invest in you figuring out if you want to text or call me again. We can do a couple FaceTimes for that. That should be free.
It's Starbucks. Word of the day is
that
Starbucks.
hell, Starbucks is
Even
you
that
gonna
ain't
spend
cheap,
you finna spend 20 at Starbucks.
man.
Hell, just for a beverage.
And it's my $20. It's mine. It's
Yeah,
not yours.
let
You're
me
not
let me ask
entitled to
you,
my 20.
let me pose a question to the ladies out there. Are you okay? Let's say if you agree to go on a date with a guy, and let's say you want to go to an exclusive place. Would you be okay if the guy said, "Okay, we can go, but can we go Dutch?" What would you say about that?
You
You
already
know,
know they're gonna have a fit.
if
It's
a
a
guy said,
date.
"Okay, yeah, I'm cool, I want to go, but can we go Dutch?" Is that okay for a guy to do, or is that guy automatically eliminated because he didn't want to pay X amount? And if he tells you and he says, um, the reason I don't want to go here is that I don't think we're that far along in our relationships where I'm willing to pay this amount of money to take you to dinner. Would you be upset?
I watch so many women get on these platforms and say, I went out to dinner with this guy, and when it was time to pay, he asked for two checks. And immediately they go to a narrative where they dry all the way up instantly. I dry all the way up. I think Jen said it the other night.
Hmm.
Uh, she said it the other night when she was in a relationship with a guy. Anytime she went in her purse, she got dry. Anytime she reached in her bag, she dried up.
And that implies if he paid, she was gonna be wet.
So Marquita said he a tired ass. I think
She,
somebody said
she
no.
meant to say tight.
Oh, tight ass. I thought she said tired ass. Okay. But even the Dutch guys expect something. Well, I'm just saying it's okay to go there, but he probably eliminated because his ass. Marquita, are you saying tired ass or tight ass? Well, either way, it don't matter.
Yeah,
Ain't no
yeah, she
compliment
meant to
either
say
way.
tight.
Ain't no compliment either way. Um,
And see Terry she telling the truth. Y'all know y'all want to have sex too. Women know as soon as they see a guy, I'd fuck him. Y'all say this into your girlfriend or in your head, but you want some type of pursuit first, and I get that. You deserve to be chased. I'll
I
chase
mean,
you.
the chase is
That's the fun part to
in
me.
our natural chemistry.
I love the
That's
chase.
animalistic.
I love it.
Yeah. I
That's my
mean,
favorite
if
part.
there ain't no chase, I assume you got something. You trying you trying to give me something. It better be some chase.
Yeah,
Don't just drop it in my lap.
I embrace the chase. I love the chase, but just
Don't just
know
drop it
I'm
in
gonna
my
catch
lap. Shit, I'm
you. But
sending you to the clinic.
I'm trying to catch you though.
you know,
The pursuit is the foreplay. That's true. That's what does it for me. The intensity of me wanting you, like I yearn for that, and you give it back to me in a way that makes me want you even more. I love that, but eventually you got to get caught. We got to see if this makes sense on both sides.
so let me ask. Here's another question. I'm gonna throw out there is we want to have sex, but y'all mess it up. Come on, Key. Two checks don't bother me if we are not in a relationship. All right, Miss,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, she could say that, but it's not
you
true.
saying that, but that ain't true.
You're not
But no, that
women
may be
aren't.
true. You know what? I don't know. That makes true. I don't know the young ladies, so I don't want to say it's not true because she just may be different. But my thing is that when there's if we go to dinner and or whatever the case may be, I know we keep kind of going back to dinner, but if there's some type of financial, like for example, if a guy were to ask a woman, hey, I'm short this month, can you help me out with my cell phone bill?
Ooh,
I think a woman will automatically DX him.
she done.
He done. But if a woman asks a man, then it's like, okay, that's some women will call that chivalry. And I'm like, I don't know if that's chivalry. Because I've asked one before, how did you pay your cell bill?
Look at that comment. Ask for 2 texts if you want to, and I'm gonna do like Rick Ross.
Okay, see that's kind
There
of
you
my
go.
point.
See on 85 with the gas
I
pedal
mean,
open.
so Tristan
Done
says
there.
something that's very real. His dad taught him that the person who invites pays. Now that's normal standard etiquette for that's just gentleman etiquette. That's the way things are supposed to be done. When they came up with this suit and tie thing, when they came up with being a boss and moving like the boss, that is what it's all about. But the climate has changed a little bit in that the average guy is out here pursuing something with a woman, and they find themselves going through this woman and that woman trying to find their someone. And in that attempt to find their someone, most people ain't rich. Most people ain't making six figures. So it's hurting that pocketbook to always have to invest in a potential callback, to invest in a potential text back. No one wants to pay hundreds of dollars for you to know if you are going to text or call me back.
You know, Miss Creative, I bet you $1 to a donut that you said if we ain't in a relationship close to marriage, don't ask me for shit. But I bet you that is well established before anything. I bet you've already well established that. So if a guy decides to do that anyway, then he already knows because you've already set that ground rule. But what I'm telling you is that the norm is that doesn't happen. The norm is that a woman doesn't set that ground rule for a dude, and she allows him to continue to think that it's something different. But I compliment and I congratulate you, you know, to saying that hey, you know that you said, bruh, that you set that rule, you know, to say, hey, if we're not at this point here, don't expect nothing from me because I'm not giving you nothing. That's cool.
I like Terry.
I
Terry
love
got
Terry said.
character.
You know,
I
ain't
love
nothing
Terry
wrong with
got
that.
character.
You know, on a date, if when I pay the bill, I love it when a woman say, "I'll leave the tip." Man, I want to keep
Some
it going
character.
now.
Some character. Just a little
Man,
show of faith. You ain't got to do too
just I'll
much.
leave the tip.
When we get
Let me get the tip.
outside, take care of the valet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little show of character.
I've had one when I took her to a dinner. We went to Perry's one night, and then when we went to the club after, she went and bought the bottle. She said, "Put your card up. I'm gonna buy the bottle," and she bought the bottle at the club. Man, do you know how great the sex was that night?
Yeah.
On the block,
say you pulled out the extra inches.
on the
Man,
on the on the
You pulled
block.
out the reserve inches for
Hey,
that.
right.
Huh?
hey, check this out. On the block with Jen, you said Hawaii. I live in Florida, so it's cheaper for me. Can we substitute Bahamas for Hawaii or either Turks and Caicos?
Yeah,
So
King here. We can't be talking to Jen like that. King here. He got
No, no,
everybody.
no, 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 no. You can talk to Jen can do what she wants. Jen got
Ah,
listen.
no, I'm
We
just
ain't getting
saying.
no.
See, I'm just saying she asked.
We don't
She
got me
asked,
and
so
Jen don't
I
got
mean, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. She asked, so I was like,
no,
yeah,
no,
we
no.
just said the truth.
Me and Jen don't have anything going on. Like she got a whole man and everything. I don't even look at Jen like that.
Christ is fresh in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, Turks and Caicos, they got some good conch and Turks and Caicos. The best
Yeah,
you ever
they
had.
do. They do have some
That
good
conch
conch
and
over
Turks
there.
and Caicos is straight fire.
You do got some good conch in Turkey Cake. He's not lying. This man's a
Yeah,
well-traveled man.
this is how you get the second date. You leave a tip. Yeah, I can't. I'm ready to when we going out again.
Man, I mean, I just need a little bit of character. I don't want too much. Just show me a little bit.
So let me
Buy a
so
round of drinks, or at least offer. If you offer, I might not even call you bluff. You know what I'm saying? But at least offer. Let me know you got some type of character.
And you know what, Terry? I agree with you that it's more than dinner, and that's why I continue to say that we're talking about something that's a culmination of that we're just talking about. This dinner is a culmination of building up to something that's part of a relationship.
This
That
mhm.
and
this the
that's it.
topic,
But
King.
and you know what? And see the one thing that I know some people may disagree on, and Chad kind of brought it up a little bit earlier, is I I know for me, I am talking about bills. I am poor. I buy you a meal, hot dogs, or dessert. Okay. But I just know for me, at the point I am at in life, if all you want is a business arrangement, then step to me like you want a business arrangement.
You hear me?
That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
let,
If
let,
that's
let,
what
let's
you
let's
want,
get rid of these hidden fees
yeah,
and surcharges.
you don't have to act like you like me. You ain't gotta
See,
act like none of that. But if that's what you want is a business arrangement, let's say that's what I want.
just say she don't got a whole. She got a half. She don't got a whole one.
If
Got
that's
a
what you
half.
want, then say it. But don't pretend that it's something else. And the
Uh,
thing is that I want to
Put the subject line up for Daryl.
Can I ask you a question though? A real question. Why do people find Jen attractive when Jen act like a guy?
I don't know what she looked like. So
Oh, you don't
I'm
know what she
just
look like? Well, she's
I'm just
gorgeous. She's gorgeous, but
talking.
she's a lot to
That's her right
handle.
there in her
Like
thumbnail.
she's a lot to handle.
It's small. Chad, I can't, I'm blind and
Yeah,
one.
I was finna say, Unc gonna have to put on his bifocals, bifocals for
I
that.
got to put on I got to put the other glasses on.
Jen
And
would
plus,
Jen would
and I,
Jen would tell you if I was a guy, I wouldn't deal with me. She would tell you that.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm a strong-willed man. So
Mm,
somebody with a little bit of character and sass, that ain't nothing but a little bit of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like me and O
mm.
was talking about earlier, we enjoy the chase. The chase is fun. That's what it's all about.
That's the most
So
exciting part to me.
yeah, and you
uh,
know what? It always has been. And I just I just prefer honesty. I just prefer honesty, and that's straight. That's just straight talk. So
so
you know,
I'm gonna propose the opposite to y'all, the reverse. So I had a scenario one time where I was going through something. I was in between cribs, and this chick let me stay at her place. So I felt like we hadn't had the right kind of conversations for me to pursue her sexually. Like I needed to respect her boundaries and not bother her in that way.
Mm-hmm.
That night I get there, I lay next to her, she's next to me, and I ain't touch her. I was trying to be a gentleman. I was trying to do something different. That,
you
that
didn't learn that
wasn't
from
my
your.
character.
Hey,
I,
you
I
didn't learn that
always
from
go
your.
for the
Learn
kill.
that from me.
I always go for the kill. And for
Mm.
whatever reason, someone was telling me not to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I laid on the edge of the bed like there was a newborn baby behind me. I didn't want to roll over on and kill. And when I tell y'all, I never heard from this woman again. She never messaged me again. She never
Mm-hmm.
answered my call again. She never
Mm-hmm.
talked to me again. And I was like, damn, was it? I was supposed to dig in them drawers.
She wants you to take her down.
I was supposed to dig.
Murder.
And that blew my mind. That my mind has been blown since that happened to me. And you know what? I'm shooting my shot from here on out. Kobe.
You know, hey nephew, Steph Curry, baby, from downtown.
Man. R.I.P. Kobe, baby. I'm going for it. I'm jumping over a car.
Mama style, huh?
Man. I was supposed to dig, and I ain't dig in it, and I never heard from her again. And matter of fact, I didn't even see her out in public since then, and she'll give me the hey.
Jen is loving the wordplay today. Dig. We got one for you. Came up for King Coin one called Dinner Daddies.
Dinner Daddy. Shout out to
Dinner
dinner daddies across
That's
the
fire.
world.
I like that. I'm a dinner daddy.
You know what's so? You know what's really ironic that we've heard here tonight, that we've seen tonight, is that it's not okay for men to have an expectation of pussy if they take you to dinner. But if you say, okay, if we say no, okay, so it's not okay for us to have that. But if you ask them to pay half, that ain't okay either. So you can't have it both ways. Okay, so if you're telling a man, if we're going to go to some exclusive restaurant and drop $400-500, you should not have the expectation of pussy. And then in turn, if I say let's go half or let's go Dutch, that's not right either. So you can't have it both ways. I just think that's just I don't you know.
Can I give some pushback?
Yeah, please.
Because you seem like you date the finest of the fine. You seem like you only deal with a certain type of woman on a certain type of echelon, right, or level. So the woman that you date, right, or that have the honor to go out with you, they look a certain way, and that upkeep, that maintenance is not cheap. So do they get a pass because for paying for their own date or going half because you know they got themselves together just to be out with you, and that costs money?
Well, that
you're not sponsoring yet. You feel me? You didn't sponsor that yet. But
that's a good question.
They got themselves together just for you. So should they even think about paying for a date or going half? Because they shoes is good, the dress is good, makeup, the smell goods, the hair, nails done, everything done for you.
Well, let me ask you a question. So are you saying they've done all that? We roll out to like I said, Armani's, one of these places here. I drop half a G on dinner.
Right.
So do I have the right to smash at the end of the night? That's
you have the right.
I mean, but my saying is that you said she dropped this money because she want to look good for me.
Yes.
But she can't play half because she just not at that financial status yet, right?
No, I didn't say that. She has the money to pay for her own stuff, but the money that she could have went to go half, she spent it on looking good for you that night, right? So
that's what Jen said earlier. She said because the guy's talking about spending $200-300 on dinner, but she got to put nails, hair, shoes, all this stuff. But I figured just like they got dinner daddies, they got hair daddies, smoke daddies, nail daddies.
Well, you know what? I want to give you a very honest answer to that question, and my answer is women that are in that financial category. Those are business arrangement women. The women that I go out with like that, they can afford to do that. Okay. They can afford to keep themselves up, and I don't have to contribute to that. And that's just the honest to God truth. If you can't afford to keep yourself, if I have to contribute or some way, or say I have to withhold what I'm going to get because you can't afford that, then you're in the business arrangement category. I'm not going to go out. And I'm going to be real. Just like some women talk about men with money, I can afford to say, no, I'm not going to go out with you. Because if you're not at least close to my socioeconomic status as a woman, It just
Also, so,
it
so
generally
Uncle,
doesn't work very well.
let me ask you another question. So you don't believe let me question because some women call men that they have to help called builder bears. Do you three men, gentlemen, do you believe in having women that are builder bears? You build them up to the woman that you want them to be financially or aesthetically. Do you do that?
No, I'm 57 years old. I'm too old. I ain't got much time left on earth. I done already lived longer than I have left to live. I don't have time to build nobody up. I mean,
Okay.
I'll help. The thing, you understand what I'm saying? Mine is a matter of experience and age. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of know where to zero in at and what to look for. But I'm just being honest. I'm 57 years old, so I know the type of woman to look for. So yeah, if there's some leveling off, but it's only a certain amount of leveling off. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good with that. You know, but
What the what's
if you're
going
but if you're talking about from, hey, I need to start from ground zero, no, it ain't gonna work.
well, I think majority of the women that I've dealt with, I'm like, for lack of a better word, the first leader that they've had in their life. So this is their first time being introduced to the gym. This is their first time having someone introduce them to a more comfortable financial predicament. So building people up is more or less what I do. That's a part of the arrangement of dealing with me and being with me. That's what comes with it. But the women that I've had the pleasure of being around that were quote unquote doing better than me, hell, they still expect you to pull your weight and hold your own as if y'all are equal, or you're the one that's up. So there's an overall expectation, I think, for women to feel that there is a certain amount of security that comes with dealing with you and being with you, and without that, there's a lack of interest in even pursuing anything with you. And that's why majority of the women in these comments are like, damn, you want something for the dinner, you supposed to pay for dinner anyways, you're supposed to do this anyways. Like, that's to them is the lowest part of the totem pole. That goes without saying for them.
And the thing is, let me address a couple of things. My niece asked me, and she didn't gave out my real name, so I'm gonna beat her up. But she said, "But you alone, so what are you saying?" I'm not married, but I'm not alone. I wasn't alone
Mm.
last night, and I'm single by choice because that's I actually I like being single, so I'm not, I'm cool with that. And then Miss Creative made a very okay, Miss. That was the question. Um, I meet a lot of women with diverse mindset, but that would be cool. Miss Creative says usually after a certain age, most women can afford the upkeep, and that is very true. And the thing is that if by now at my age, if I don't know what I like, what I don't like, and what I know I can tolerate or not tolerate, then I'm a fool if I don't know that by now. But I do know that. So it's just like when he asked me that question about building someone up, I know at this point in my life that's not going to happen. So it makes no sense if a woman steps to me like that or whatever, and for me to go any place and just to tell her from the beginning, the only place that you can be involved in my life from any type of standpoint is a business arrangement. That's
um
the
i
maximum.
I love Jen's last comment. Can we be honest? Wait, it scrolled up. Can we be honest? Just a question. Some dudes can hit without an invite anywhere. Some gotta spend dough, so why be mad at the lane you're in? Pay for the steak, wait and shush if you're the latter. So the subject is relationship or business arrangement. So the topic at hand is about navigating the waters of of understanding whether it's a relationship or a business arrangement, and how do you go about such a thing? Do we go into it treating everybody like a business arrangement until we see otherwise? Do we approach the situation like it's advertised, like you want a relationship, and move as if it's a relationship until the relationship activities aren't being reciprocated? So that's going to be the difference there. But overall, I think it's just very important to be comfortable with what you bring to the table as a man and understand your strengths and weaknesses. I can hit a lot of girls without
Right.
ever going on a date or doing any of that. But there's there's an idea in my mind that I don't like the idea of investing in a date after date after date after date after date, whether it's with the same girl or a new girl, just to pique the interest, just to get return phone calls, just to get texts back. That doesn't feel good for anybody. And I think that's what's being overlooked from the man folk in this conversation.
Uncut with Daryl, pull this comment up. Come in with the same approach and let them figure out if they can be led. That's a pretty solid. He said, come in with the same approach and let them figure out if they can be led by you. And if your former leadership is something she can live with happily and securely. That's a damn good feedback. That's straight fire.
Yeah.
On the block with Jen, she's turning into my favorite person tonight. I mean, I see.
Everybody love Jen, man.
I mean,
Like,
Jen is celebrity.
she might as well go on and open up the poly floodgates, because everybody wants something with Jen. She might as well go on and what I'm saying. Everybody want to be on your regimen, Jen. We trying to sign up. Where's the sign in sheet? I need Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and
Daryl is a solid.
5 to 9 on Fridays.
But
y'all can have the rest.
You know what, Daryl? I love your comment, and quite often I hear people use the term, "Well, I'm just telling you the truth." What the way I tell people is, I said a stop sign has 5 sides. Well, 8. I'm sorry, 8. And
don't.
Too much. 8 side. It's red and it has 4 letters on it that says STOP. That's the truth. Someone may say to me, Victor, you're rude. Well, is that the truth or is that your opinion? Another person may say to me, you're candid. Okay. So quite often, a lot of times when people say tell the truth, well, I don't know if that's really that's the truth the way you see it. Mm-hmm. And the way I see it, it's your opinion. Mm. And someone, and if I'm the most of the women that I deal with most of the time from a relationship standpoint, critical, they're at a point in their life, at least from a wisdom and maturity standpoint, that the conversations are extremely open and honest. I mean, extremely. Where I had, she's an attorney, and she told me straight up, she said, I have no intention. The triangle didn't work for Shaq in Orlando, but when he tried it with Phil and Kobe, shit got real. Leadership's out happen. Happiness and security matters. Good point. Man, you sound like a former soldier. Okay. And, well, I'm retired military. That's why I said that. It is, she told me one time, she said, you know what? Because of the nature of the type of law that she litigates, labor law, and for different unions, she said, I'm traveling all over the place. And she said, I really like you. We cool and we can establish something. She said, but you know what I can't promise you? I can't promise you that if I'm in New York for a couple months, that I might would get with somebody and I don't want to be feeling guilty, if I decide that I'm gonna have sex with this dude. So right now, the most that me and you can have, sometimes I come in town, we might go to dinner, we might have sex, whatever, but we ain't in no relationship. We not like this. So I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest with you right now. And so if you can handle that, knowing that I might be away somewhere, and I'm not so, but I also know that you may be doing so. But I'm cool with that. Those are the level of women that I deal with because they've reached a point where they're just being honest with themselves.
We got to give him something for that.
Bonbon say polyamory is underrated. Convenience. Speak on it, baby girl. Speak on it.
Who's that? Who's that?
Oh, that's somewhat.
Oh, that's something. That's somewhat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tell someone I said what up.
her
Bonbon.
avatar got a guy in it.
Who?
Huh?
Her avatar got a man in it.
I told you the man who run her house is like 5 years old.
Yo, tell someone what I said.
And
Tell someone the cam up.
Bonbon, pull that cam up.
And another thing that is kind of what I never quite understood is, at least my understanding, the show is somewhat about here's a man's perspective, or at least 3 men or 2 men or 4 man perspective on X, Y, and Z. And it's okay if a lady says, you're full of you're full of shit, or you whatever the case may be. That's fine.
You go censor it, then use it.
Okay, but the thing is, it's our perspective, and I've never quite understood how
She coming up.
I never quite.
She coming up.
Yeah, she gonna refill a wine glass.
Okay,
Nah,
I've
she know
never,
what's
I've
up.
never,
I told
alcoholic.
she know what's up. When I summon her, she know what to do.
Hey, speak on it, Kangaling.
You the first one to ever call. I'm sure she never heard she was somewhat anything until you
She say,
said,
I gotta come see about that.
and it probably turned her on more though.
Man,
Nah,
she's like, I gotta
don't-
come check that.
Nah, I don't like her like that. But it's a
I
certain
don't like
type
her
of
like
energy.
that. She ain't
I don't
gonna
like her
like
like
that one
that.
either.
She ain't my type like that. But it's a certain type of energy that I like about her, right? And I just want to express that today because she we're gonna establish what we doing right now, business or relationship. Because
Is a relationship a business arrangement?
It's definitely a business arrangement.
Talk on it.
Most definitely. Especially the way these females nowadays is they believe that, they stick into the homage of the 60s that a man should pay all the bills and provide and all that, which is okay, that's cool. But most of the time when you get in a relationship nowadays, like me, I'm 38, bro. So it's like I'm not gonna meet anybody and have a kid and have that fairy tale love to where I feel like, yeah, my wife deserves to just be here and she's taking care of our kids and all that. No, it's gonna be your kids. You're not having a kid with me. So when I enter into it, I'm always gonna look at it of how much I'm spending versus what I'm gonna be receiving. And most of the time they don't have nothing to offer you. Most of the time you ask them what they have to offer, they get the name of characteristics. Like characteristics don't pay the bills, baby.
See,
You know what I'm
men,
saying?
we always look at any situation from financial odds perspective of gains and losses and risk. We always look at probability. We always look at these things. This is how we see life. We don't see it on feelings and butterflies and possibilities.
Exactly, and that's
Right.
what women do. They would literally take and make a situation that's like what's literally happening in reality. They would see it completely different because of how they feel. You know what I'm
The
saying? It's like no
feeling.
matter what actually happened, what's happening in reality, because you feel like this is how you feel it really in reality is going. And it's like, nah, that's not always the case. Like
I
what?
think Jen comment is to crisis. So you need a woman to go 50-50.
I
no,
don't need you to go 50-50, but what I'm saying is if I'm already paying 100% of the bills and then I bring you into my life, and I'm continuing to pay 100% of the bills, I have to be benefiting something from having you in my life. If not, what the fuck are you here for?
So what type of
I'm
benefits
Okay.
saying,
you
well, like
talking
I
about,
just said,
bro?
I just named all these businesses I have. Can you help me grow one of these businesses before you get to asking me for some money? Can you help?
Right.
Can you help me make $200 before you ask me for 100? Like
Right. And
if you can't help me build and grow what I already got going, then you're an asset, and I don't need more assets.
other thing is like
I mean,
the
expenses. You're expense. You're
you
expense. My
mean,
bad. You're
yeah,
an expense.
expense.
Yeah, you're an expense. I don't need more expenses. I need assets. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't want to add you to my overhead. I need you to
the
be the reason I'm in the green.
right. The arrangement isn't you invest exactly what I invest, is what I'm investing what you want. Okay, so give me what I want. If I'm paying all the bills and protecting you, clean my house and put a meal on the table every day and give me sex when I want it. Like that's what I want. It ain't 50-50 equal. Equal is you want something, I want something. It's a business arrangement. I'm gonna dive in front of bullets and you keep my balls empty and my stomach full.
I had baby ask me one day. She
Oh, that was
said,
funny as hell.
Come on,
"Look,
man. It's really that simple. We make
That
this
shit
shit
was funny.
hard, man, but we all know this.
look." Baby asked me one night. She said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "What?" She said, "I heard something downstairs." I said, "Go check it out." She said, "Go check it out. You the man. You supposed to go check it out." I said,
Right.
"So if they jump on me, what you gonna do? You asked out. If they jump on you, I can save you." Can we pull up Marquita comment? She agrees she wouldn't do polygamy.
Oh, wait.
Wouldn't do?
Who's not doing polygamy right now?
Well,
Marquita.
polygamy that's marriage.
Yeah,
I don't think
who's doing polyamory? Who's doing polyamory?
Yeah, we were talking about polyamory. So she
polyamory.
brought
Okay.
up polygamy, saying that she can't do it because she needs the one-on-one thing with her husband. She wants two men, so she wants that selfish aspect of it all. She want to have her cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't allow her husband to have multiple women. She herself, however, could have multiple men, but she got to draw the line at her
yo,
husband having multiple women.
Sounds
yo,
selfish.
yo.
You know,
That sounds crazy. So, Bon, what? How do you feel about that? Because we got to talk. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I'm a fan of polyamory. I simply because like I'm a busy person, and if I'm dating someone or whatever, and it's fine, but like I don't have time to give someone else my full-time attention. So if you have other people whose attentions you're seeking when I'm not able to focus on you, that's fine. Get what you need out of life. And when we do have our time together, I like to be the attention of your focus. And then when we part ways, if I'm not able to see you for a couple of weeks, like by all means, enjoy yourself. Circle back when it's convenient. I'm going to do the same.
well, so what Jen said, why are two men selfish? It's not that two men are selfish.
It's not
It's that
that.
she
It's
don't
that you
want it to
won't
go
let them
both
have other
ways.
women.
She
If you can have
specified
multiple
that
partners,
she
they
can
should be
have
able
her
to.
cake and eat it too.
No,
But if he wants another piece of cake, he better watch his motherfucking back while he sleep.
no, disagree. I think that everybody should be able to pursue and move around as they see fit, as long as everybody's being honest with each other about what's happening.
And Jen
So
say
you
she not a
so
construction
Bon.
worker. She not helping no man build nothing.
So let me ask you a question, Bon. So you in a polyamory relationship right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in a polyamory relationship with any of the two men that's above you right now?
Uh,
Why do we have
uh,
to do that? Why you gotta be in my
No, because
stuff?
I figured the whole thing out a long time ago. I just wanted to confess.
No,
That's
see,
why.
you barking up the wrong tree.
So hold up. Now let me ask you this question because that's what we're here for, right?
Okay.
All right, thank you somewhat. I appreciate you. So
Somewhat
somewhat. So let me ask you a question.
in the
So
building.
in the building. So so you're in a polyamory relationship with someone. One of the out of the three men on top,
we
two
got to keep
you
up appearances for
Why,
YouTube now. We
why
on
King
YouTube. We
doing
on
Well,
that?
YouTube. We on
I live in
YouTube.
Hey,
We
Florida,
on
so you know
YouTube.
it's
We on
not me.
is
YouTube.
this your
We on
no
man?
YouTube.
no listen.
Is this your
I
man?
know
This your
it's
man.
not me. It's not me. Why and why so Christ? But one of the three men up there, you're in a polyamory relationship. I don't need to know who, but I want to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Would you mind
Okay.
walking with me? Would you
Okay.
mind walking with me?
Let's do it.
All right, thank you. You don't have to hold my hands when you walk with me, but stay close. I don't want you getting lost. Right? So, how long have you been in that polyamorous relationship with one of the men up top?
Ah,
2 months, 3 months.
Okay, 2 or 3 months, right? Was this your first polyamory relationship?
No,
Okay. Um, how did you know that he was into that?
we discussed it before we had even gone on our first date and already agreed that we shared certain life philosophies.
Okay. Is there a possibility that you're gonna want more out of that particular man?
I think that what we're doing right now is just our speed, and I'm not in a rush to change our rhythm, today.
Okay. Um, do you think that does it ever does he know that you have other men?
Yes,
Okay. Is there a limit to the amount of men you can have?
there's never been like a discussed or agreed upon limit, but I mean, he knows that I'm not just like running around with every person that says hello to me. There's a guy or two. One of them got bumped off recently, and we had a good little laugh about it.
Okay. Okay. Um, you mind walking with me? I'm about to go someplace. I'm gonna start walking fast. So you ready?
Okay.
Have you been intimate before?
Yes.
Do you during sex do you talk about other people you had sex with?
No.
Okay, prior to sex, do you talk about other people you had sex with?
I mean, we discussed sexual histories and getting tested, the necessaries, but not like intimate details.
Okay. Have you met his other woman as well?
Not yet.
Are you interested in meeting his other woman?
Only because I feel like going forward, it's nice to put a face to names, but that's really it. It's not like a huge deal. Like, I must meet them, but it would be nice to. Like, they're a part of his life, and so am I. I think that we should all be on friendly terms.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If one of his females don't look up to your standard or have your standard of beauty, are you gonna judge him for that?
No, I think that two people's connection is personal. And if he feels good about this person in his life, that's his business. That's on his side of the fence, not on mine.
Yeah,
Probably women are
but
more traditional than modern women.
absolutely, it is.
Mm.
Absolutely, it actually is more traditional. It's actually the original, right? But let me just say one thing. So, what is the difference between multi dating and polyamory?
That's
Lying,
not something that I could explain.
Yeah,
I don't
lies.
know.
I
One
think I
one
think
is one is
it's
based on
integrity.
deceit. One is
Integrity.
based
One
on
at a time.
deceit.
One at a time. One at a time.
One
I
is
can't hear.
based on deceit and lies, and the other one is the definition of the truth.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Polyamory is defined as consensual non-monogamy. So like if people are dating and out there giving the illusion like, oh, it's just you and me, but then still dating other people on the side, that's not consensual. Like, you didn't give that person an open and honest beginning with you. But like if we walk into a situation saying, yes, we both know that we are polyamorous, then it's not a problem because you're not lying to me. So what do I have to be mad about?
Yeah,
And you know what, man? Let me say, you know what? What she's doing is exactly what I do and what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I mean, exactly. I mean, everybody understands. Um, no one trips, and if anyone gets to the point where they start to catch feelings, then it's like, you know what? It's time for you to get off the train because you kind of breaking one of the unwritten rules. But I mean, and like I said before, out of all the time in my life, it is without a doubt the easiest relationships or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever had in my life, because it's defined, and the expectations. There's not these. No one has these crazy expectations. We understand. what it is. So it's like cool, and it's like she said. One thing she said that's really cool is that when we're together, we are together.
Right.
100% of my attention, she, and vice versa. So it's cool, and I think I like at least for me, and I believe her, them also is that you're relaxed because you're not, not stressed, or if someone's dating and they're worried about it's just so relaxed. So
Well, you
and
know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
and the honesty aspect of it is just like, damn. It's like she
Yeah.
said, if she's like I told you about the young, I don't know if you were on before, the young lady that one of the young ladies I'm dealing with, she was honest. She was like, look, I'm gonna be in the NY doing some work, blah blah blah. And if I meet a dude that I'm gonna do, I don't want you to be tripping. So hey, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna get with him. But when we back together, and it's like, cool. And it's just so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been asking these questions, and I've been looking at the two brothers on top of her to find out who she's talking to based on their reactions to her answers. So I'm gonna ask one more question. It's gonna let me know who you're dealing with right now. You ready? So the question is: has that person ever introduced you to another male?
No.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking to now.
Okay.
I know who you're talking to because
I
I
had to think
realized it's
about it.
when
Like, have we ever? Like,
because
but I
what
guess
happens
not.
is that person called you bonbon, and that's a form of endearment that you give somebody when you're close to them. And I was like, you know what? I knew it. I knew it. He got
Oh
a
my
poker
god.
face too. He got a poker face too. He never showed. I like that though. He called you bonbon. All right, good, good, good. That's all. So thank you so much. Somewhat, I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Well,
All right, all right. That just happened, and I like it. It's good for you too. She answered it honestly. I was saying some things the other night, man. Like, as long as the woman that's in your life is getting what she needs from you, she's not really caring about what you're doing to get what someone else also appreciates, which is the same qualities that they both appreciate about you. She's getting what she wants, and she's getting what she wants, and she's getting what she wants. They not worried about. The only reason it's gonna be a conflict is if she's not getting what she wants, and she see this one getting more, or this one's getting more, or she's embarrassed, or you're hurting her internally. If you're responding to the woman the way she needs to, what other relationship would she rather be in when she's getting everything that she needs? All the other stuff is like ego. I want my own
That's a
penis.
fact.
I'd take a
That's it.
lesser man just to have it all to me.
That's
Like
a fact.
that is crazy to me. I'd rather have my own penis to myself, even though I know this man is a lesser man than I want, and he does not satisfy all the things that I need. This is
Are we ever going to get a show with all your lady friends up there at the same time?
working on it.
Or that's Patreon. That's a Patreon. We got a
That's what I
Patreon.
wanted to charge for. They ain't even gave us. We ain't got not $1 in all these things going across the bottom. Not $1 then came through the channel.
He said they
So
want a whole lot of free GAME.
we got we really got some like so a lineup. I'm talking about. We're gonna have some people that y'all gonna be familiar with, some famous people. I got some of my friends that want to come on. We got
Mm,
some guys that's doing some big things already, and some women doing some big things that we want to bring on. But we just want to make sure the support is here. You know what I'm saying? We trying to upgrade our platform. I had to pay for my StreamYard out of my own pocket. You know, I
mm-hmm.
had to go ahead and upgrade it. So y'all, the more we get
how much is
support,
StreamYard?
huh?
How much is StreamYard?
It's 250 for the year to have a way you can put the
And people and all that. Yep.
yeah,
Storage and all that.
and you can get more people to come up. Like I think the free one you can only do like 6 people, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can't customize the banners and put up all your own. We're gonna change the background. We're working on a layout right now, so the background is gonna look like we sitting in some player place too. We getting all the graphics done right now.
Yo, this is gonna
But
be
we
fly.
we want
It,
people to support it though.
mhm.
Yeah, that's dope. I just
Shout out
really
to the
learned about
sponsor one
StreamYard too.
time, cause we did get a little bit in. We got something in. We're gonna keep the lights on with this one.
We teach you how to think, not what to
What
think.
to think? You did.
All right,
Yeah,
Chad.
Tech.
Chad.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I just what's the name? What do you call it? Oh, Google Pay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit, Okay.
For sure.
There we go.
Mhm.
All right.
There
What
we
do you
go.
call what do you call that? Oh, what yard is this? Whatever yard.
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Okay, Stream Yard is taken care of, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We own it. We own it.
All
Thank
right.
you. Appreciate right there. Shout out to the sponsor again, man. Now we can get the now we can
Can we get
upgrade our StreamYard. Yeah, we can give
do it
y'all
one more
more
time?
now.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, Stream Yard, you good to go now. And you said that's a year, right?
Yep, for the year.
Okay, cool.
Boss. That's a boss move. That's a boss move.
All right.
You dig.
Okay.
I'm
Taking
trying to
care
figure
of
out I'm trying to figure out which girl in the chat is gonna have a polyamorous relationship with me.
YouTube. I appreciate you rocking with me. I'm gonna continue to make this content on lifestyle, life, fashion, women, and game. But I need your help. Subscribe to the channel, and while you're there, hit that notification button so you don't miss a thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, just living is a lifestyle. It's more than a brand. When you start your day, do you tell yourself, one day or day one? Today is the perfect day to start just living. I'm Mr. O. You did. Keep rocking with me.